Three more families are now suing a New Mexico school district.
They claim the district knew the teacher was molesting students but did nothing to stop it. And they're wondering how he got hired in the first place. Here's News 13's Marissa Lucero.
Dean, Jess, the Espanola School District has already agreed to pay out millions of dollars to two other families who accused Gary Greger of the same thing.
They carried this with them all this time, so they're finally now able to at least speak out about it.
In a federal lawsuit filed just yesterday, three families say former teacher Gary Greger abused their daughters when they were in elementary school. Greger was a teacher at Fairview Elementary in Espanola for 3 years from 2006 to 2009. In those 3 years, Albuquerque attorney Cammie Nichols says Greger preyed on young girls in his class.
He was giving gifts and calling kids on the phone at home and inviting them to his house and things that raised red flags for them, but they never had any idea of the actual extent of what was happening to their daughters at the time.
In 2014, families started to come forward and Greger was hit with his first federal lawsuit after a family claimed he sexually and mentally assaulted their fourth grader. Nearly 2 years later, another former student claimed the same thing. Nichols claims the Espanola School District turned a blind eye after parents came forward and never should have hired Greger in the first place.
The school district should be checking PED records to see if anything comes up on their teachers, but that doesn't necessarily happen. It would be a lot to expect. But again, there's got to be a system because there was a paper trail about this person.
According to the lawsuit, Greger had similar allegations that stemmed out of Utah, where he was a teacher in the 90s. In 2000, he was hired to work in Santa Fe public schools. He was allowed to resign quietly after he was accused of fondling girls and ended up in Espanola.
But I do think there are other young women out there who were victims of Gary Greger.
Now, the Attorney General's office has filed criminal charges against Greger for rape and kidnapping involving one of the victims. He's currently being held behind bars at the Rio Arriba Detention Center. Back to you, Jess.
All right, thank you, Marissa. Espanola Public Schools agreed to a $3.2 million settlement in the first civil suit. The second suit just settled in court last month.